So today I'll be giving a solo review with our company. It is located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Our company is Landmark Consulting Company, and I will be giving a review on Soto to help better and strengthen the company. So a little bit about the introduction of what was going on. Once again, we are a Landmark Consulting Company. We are located out of Carrollton, Georgia. We are West Georgia students, alums, or current students. We do reviews on restaurants, and we pick restaurants that we will do reviews to help better and strengthen the economy and the customer service of the company. Uh, Today I'll be doing a review on Soto in Cincinnati, Ohio, like I mentioned before. I'm a native of Cincinnati, Ohio, so I wanted to do a restaurant to help better my city and my home ground and my people and my family. But yeah, we are a group. We love to do this. We think it helps us and helps better the people around the world to give reviews and to better restaurants in general. Landmark Business Group began when a team of communication and marketing students noticed how many great restaurants were losing customers simply because they didn't manage their restaurant well. We were founded by a group of UWG alumni located in Carrollton, Georgia. We just wanted to help local businesses survive and thrive so that they can get more profit and more customers to come to the restaurant and overall just be better. So we wanted to focus on the growth and the branding of the restaurant, putting things out there to help grow the restaurant, putting billboards that I'll get deeper into as this goes on, and just the community so everyone knows about the restaurant. So our slogan is from local roots to landmark. But overall, we just wanted to boost restaurants' revenue and draw more customers in, and we would rate them and give them ideas for what we think they could do better. So a little bit about myself. My name is Brady, and I was a member and work for Landmark Consulting Company. We specialize in reviewing restaurants and giving them feedback. I'm a native of Cincinnati, Ohio. I attend college here at West Georgia, located in Carrollton, Georgia. I work for Landmark Consulting Company with my team members, and we love to go around and get restaurants and review and help them to better provide for customers and to get more revenue and just overall draw more customers in with things that we think are their strengths and the weaknesses, or things that they should add or take away to help better their restaurant. So I will be telling you guys a little bit about my restaurant introduction. Soto is an Italian restaurant in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's a modern Italian restaurant. It opened in 2013. It's become very popular in downtown Cincinnati. It is a little pricey. It's like an underground setting if you go there, and it's all handmade pasta, and it's very clean, and their dishes are very well made for pasta. Some of their popular dishes are the chicken Alfredo. I might butcher some of these names. Gonecki, short rib, kabalashki, and grilled brazzino. There is a lot of competitors in Cincinnati. Nicolo's restaurant, Forno Australian and Bar, and Boca. Those are all Italian restaurants in Cincinnati that are competitors. And it's located right in downtown in the heart of Cincinnati, but it's very Italian, and that's the only thing they pretty much offer. So every restaurant obviously has strengths and weaknesses, so I'll be going over the strengths. I'll get deeper into it, but they have a lot of strengths from reviews and honestly my personal reviews. The food quality is really good. The atmosphere is very, very nice. The service is top notch, and the consistency of the restaurant is very good. In the deeper world, the pasta is all handmade, like I previously said. It is very good. They try to make it as much as Italy as possible, bringing it to America. Their dishes are very nice. The atmosphere is I would say the great word is romantic. There's a candle lit in between each table. It's a good date night. It's a good whatever family event. It's like an underground location, so it's like you go like down and it's under and it's very like dark and lit up, very Italian. Um, it almost makes it feel like a secret escape. The service is very, very good. Everyone is dressed very, very nicely, and they're knowledgeable about their menu. If you ask any questions, they're very attentive. All evening, they will check on you a lot. Um, they do offer wine there, which is a big Italian thing, and they're very knowledgeable about all the wine pairings with the certain dish, what would go best. Um, they don't serve beer or any or other alcohol besides wine, but I feel like that is kind of normal for an Italian restaurant. Um, and lastly, that I saw and I researched is the consistency is it never will disappoint. Um, the food is always good. If you're looking for an Italian night, it's one of the best in the world, honestly, in my opinion. The service will always be there. They're dressed very appropriately. There is multiple servers that will be checking on you. If you need anything, they will be there in a second. So those are some of the strengths of the restaurant Soto. While I just talked about the strengths of Soto, there's always weaknesses with everything in life, including restaurants for sure. It's a very tough industry. So here's some of the overall weaknesses that I'll get deep to while I continue. But some of the weaknesses are the longer wait times, the noise level, and the limited menu, and the parking issues. So the long wait times. The reservation system is not very good, which I will get into. I recommend it better. People have said they've waited 45 minutes to be seated, even with the reservations. So that is one of their weaknesses. They don't have a good system, and yeah, I think that can be improved. And the noise level. So I'd mentioned that it is underground, so a lot of things echo, and it is a kind of a very like small place, so the conversations can get loud, and the tables are kind of next to each other, which it is hard because it is known for their underground. So they can't really expand. There might be an option. I might have to ask the construction team for that. But it is small, and conversations can definitely get loud, especially if you're having a big group or family. Date nights don't really get too bad because it's one-on-one unless you're just a loud couple. So noise level is definitely a weakness. This one I researched was I was just debating, but I mean, I guess I could put it down as a very limited menu. While it is an Italian restaurant, it is very limited. There's not much to choose from, but I feel like it is Italian, so that's what it's known for. But I feel like there could be like certain seasonal stuff or seasonal specials that we could do, that we could add, and even for the wine menu, maybe add some other alcohols or add some wine, do some seasonal stuff with winter, summer, all that, maybe to attract more customers. Last but not least that I found is the parking. Finding a spot downtown is a very difficult thing, especially on the weekends. It is in most of you have probably been in a downtown area. Cincinnati is a very relatively big city, and it's busy. There's sports teams, there's businesses, there's everything you can think of. So parking is tough. I think that if they could get a designated lot for their specific restaurant, that would help, because parking issues, it is expensive to park. While you mostly have to pay for everything, it is expensive, and there's not much parking besides street parking, which is, everyone knows that can be a pain, but there is a walking distance if you do have to find a parking spot. But I would say weekend is the hardest with all the sport events, especially in the fall and the winter with football, and then baseball comes, and it's really close to those stadiums. Well, I mentioned the strengths before. Now I'm going to go over recommendations and threats soon on what I think they could do and what our team came up with what you can do. So first off, for the wait list, I feel like we could reduce the wait frustration with an online wait list system. So like I know a lot of people have, I forget what it's called, but they have a wait list online. You can check in, and then they can text you what like when your table is ready or how long the wait is and stuff like that. And then when they are ready, they say here. So I think this would be a very good implement because people can walk around downtown Cincinnati. Like I mentioned before, it is a very well-known city, and there's a lot of stuff to do. So people could check in, walk around the city, go see the cool scenery and all the stuff that they want to see there. And then once they get a text notification, give them like a 10-minute, 15-minute buffer to walk. Hopefully people are understandable about what's going on and walk and come check in, and then that would be a lot more. When the text message should be sent when the table is clean, so like there's no waiting, there's no nothing, the server is ready. And I think we should give like buffers for the time. Secondly, I say my team came up with maybe creating a seasonal menu. I mentioned it before. Offer some limited time dishes to attract like repeat customers who come down, who live in downtown, who like to go to Soto a lot. Maybe attract them to come back more with seasonal. I'm not really sure. I haven't really thought of ideas, but there's always Christmas, there's Thanksgiving, and there's events in the summer all year long, all the time. Maybe come up with, just some seasonal menu or some specials that may attract more customers or the repeat customers. And I think the online engagement could be better. I think that is a lot of customers like that to see, because a lot of people look at reviews and stuff like that. I think you can reply to most or all reviews. I think a lot of people like that to see like that it is a legit restaurant. Excuse me. I think you can thank the positive ones and address the concerns with a professional manner. I think that shows a lot for the management and then the restaurant, so like it's a legit review and so people know what they're getting into. I think that could really help draw more customers. And then I talked about it kind of briefly, but I think you can offer parking validation or have a partnership. Teams with like nearby garages to ease the parking stress. You can help that, because I think a partnership with a parking garage could help. Maybe like find the money or find a valet team that could help, pull up to the restaurant, give them your car and then pay with cash after or something like that, and pay a valet team, because I think that would make it more convenient. Because I know some people do stress about, what about the parking? The parking's gonna suck. Like, I don't want to do that, especially if little kids. You don't want little kids walking around downtown. So I think that would be a very good, addition or pathway. And I mentioned that they do have wine. I think a wine tasting event or have events for the restaurant would help. It would attract new customers and boost the brand engagement. Maybe like have a night with here we're gonna have wine tasting and everyone gather, get some Italian food, have some wine, have a good night, or some events like that. I think they should have more events. While it may be hard because the space is small, but I think as a management that could help bring in more customers. While there was a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of threats with all these too. It's kind of life we live in. There's always a negative with positive, there's always positive and negative, or whatever you want to say. So some of the things that could be threats are the reviews, which is always a threat in the restaurant industry. It could discourage first-time diners or first-time customers. The reviews about wait times or food, they could be negative, and people will read that and be like, I don't want to go there. So that definitely hurts when you more engage with the reviews and stuff. There's always negative stuff, but you just have to hope. I think all those recommendations might help improve, so there's way more positive instead of negative. And then there's always the competition. So the competition's always hard. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants in downtown Cincinnati, a lot of Italian restaurants in downtown Cincinnati. Rivals like the Forno they always introduce new experiences and new events, and a lot of people want to go there because it's not basic. There's always new experiences and events going on. Um, so like I said, I think providing that, because I do personally think Soto is better than Forno food, but the engagement's not there. So I think that would help that right away, right off the bat. Just having wine tasting events, food events, whatever events. Because it's a great location. It's right in downtown Cincinnati. It's right next to the Bengals and Red Stadium for people. People always walk past Soto, and it's there. Now with all this, it does involve money. The economic side is spending. You have to spend money to do this, but hopefully spending this money will create a larger profit, and you'll make it all back, and the restaurant's booming now. So that is a downside, and it's a threat that if it doesn't, then it does hurt, because it does. I mean, everything costs money, so this will all cost money. And then all this is, you have to think about the people who are starting this, the staff. It could affect the consistency of the service. So it is scary. While I do think it would help, it is scary. I think you should train your staff to know, and maybe hire even more staff so that all this could work out. And then once you get it going, your company's booming. And then unaddressed complaints can damage the credibility of the reputation. So that is also a thing. But I think all these threats are legit, obviously. But I think all these with the the help from what I just talked about before, I think all these could be taken away. I mean, there's always going to be negative stuff about everything in life, so I think it would be a good idea, though. So the recommendations I always mentioned, Soto is always looking to improve for the environment of the people, is what they're saying. So our company, I thought these recommendations will help, and we always have to give positive and negative recommendations because, like I said, it all comes together. But I think all those recommendations would help your company become a better restaurant. While I do think it is a very good restaurant now, I think those would even boost your revenue and boost your customer service. So in conclusion, managing online reviews and customer feedback is essential for maintaining Soto's stellar reputation. So our company, this is what we do. I think all this feedback would help your restaurant. I think by implementing all this customer-centered improvements, because that's the most important thing about restaurants, Soto can stay ahead of the competition that they have in Cincinnati and continue being one of the Cincinnati's top dining destinations. I think all these implements will definitely improve the restaurant. And some of them are simple, and some of them will take time and money and people to think and come together, and maybe ideas from the public, creating social media and saying, would you guys want this or that, and stuff like that. I think that will definitely help. But in all, it's been a pleasure providing recommendations to strengthen Soto's image, reputation, communication, service. Our contact information is we're Landmark Business Group. Our phone number is 470-552416. We have an email, we have a website, Landmark Business Group. Our consulting company offers a custom bag. It's featuring the Landmark Business Group logo and slogan, building better brands. There's a picture beside me. We do have a bag that you could get. But yeah, thank you for the opportunity to share with our analysis. We look forward to helping Soto reach the new heights of success and to better the restaurant. Thank you.